In a country at war with Al-Qaeda and in desperate economic trouble, journalists have to be careful. Kamal Sharaf has discovered that firsthand. A political cartoonist and campaigner against corruption, he was detained at his home in August by masked men who said they were part of an anti-terrorism unit. His brother Majid spoke to CNN last month.
My brother Kamal is a very, very peaceful person. He's never been to any prison before. He's a person... He's a caricature artist. I asked that he be released.
After more than 50 days in detention, Kamal was released, without charge. His friend and blogger Abdullah Shaya was less fortunate. Shaya, seen here speaking to CNN in January, provided CNN with an audio tape of radical U.S. Yemeni cleric Anwar Al-Awlaki. He had also interviewed other leaders of Al-Qaeda in the Arabian Peninsula. This week, after 2 months in detention, he went on trial, on charges including belonging to a rebel group seeking to attack the country's security. Reporters Without Borders calls the charges preposterous. The government defends its record.
Many of the journalists in Yemen don't differentiate between breaking the news and having direct contact with suspects.
But one human rights campaigner says the government is using the Al-Qaeda threat.
What happened to these two journalists also happened to all people, to all political people, and to all political issues here in Yemen. When the government accused people who are against it, they say they are terrorists, they are from Al-Qaeda.
The Committee to Protect Journalists says the climate in Yemen has worsened. Extrajudicial abductions, intimidation, threats, and crude censorship have marked the government's record of repression for more than a decade, it said in a recent report. Now, the CPJ says the government is also using the courts to stifle press freedom. In Yemen, being a journalist has never been easy, but in recent years it's gotten a lot more difficult. In 2009, Yemen's Ministry of Information suspended several of the country's newspapers. Shortly after that, a special court was established whose sole mission is to prosecute alleged offenses by the press. Local journalists have protested the court, calling it unconstitutional and claiming its purpose is to hinder their freedom of expression. But that is where blogger Abdullah Shaya has gone on trial. His brother showed me Abdullah's most prized possession, his press credentials.
For journalists who respect their profession, they go and reach out to all groups and rival parties, and they find out all their details and facts. What are they saying? What is this person saying? Then they work with all those facts. Does that make me a sympathizer? No, it doesn't mean that.
For all its problems, Yemen's press is less restricted than the media in some other Arab states. But after a series of arrests, fines, and assaults, journalists here are unsure where the limits of expression lie. Mohammed Jamjoom, CNN, Sana'a, Yemen.